David Adams here. I'm joined alongside the dark horse, Johnny Moran. First and foremost, thank you for taking the time to speak to me today. We're at a neutral location that you've chosen, the Sanctuary, out here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Now, we got a lot to talk about the state of Johnny Moran as far as Titan Championship Wrestling is concerned. Anywhere that you'd like to start regarding your recent trials and tribulations?
David, why don't you set the stage for everyone, and
Okay.
we can just pick it apart one by one.
In case you're watching for the first time, we'll reset the stage. Last November, Titan Championship Wrestling, the Mount Olympus Rumble. You had an early draw in the Rumble. You lasted till the very end. It came down to you and Steve Monster Mac. Winner would be crowned the first ever, the inaugural TCW Heavyweight Champion. Steve Monster Mac admittedly took a shortcut. He uppercutted you in the nether regions. He threw you promptly over the top rope. He says he would do it again in a heartbeat. The title was on the line, and you got to do what you got to do in title match situations. Now we fast forward. Spring 2021. Things open up. All the buzz is Johnny Moran. He's going to get his hands on Steve Monster Mac. You've said it in promos. Steve Monster Mac has graciously said, anytime you want, kid, a title opportunity is yours. It seemed like you were on the fast track, the high road to getting that highly coveted TCW championship opportunity. Things haven't gone the way that you thought it would. You started off with a victory and, try and get that winning streak going, but then you hit a dead end. Travis Jacobs of the division.
Yeah.
Recently, you faced him, and he put you to sleep, and you lost by referee stoppage. Let's start there. That loss, how are you feeling after that?
There's nothing I can take away from Travis Jacobs. He's a great wrestler. I said that even talking about him before the match, that he's a great wrestler and I needed to step up my game.
Yeah.
He was the better man that night. He put me to sleep, and I'm watching the light go and go and go and go and go, and then it's gone. And then I'm coming to, and then you could tell everybody what happened when I came to.
Wins and losses happen. You move on. You fight to another day. But afterwards, you start coming to, and all of a sudden, the champion's music hits. Steve Monster Mac comes into the ring. What I want to know is, how did it feel? And I'm going to be blunt with you. How did it feel for the champion to literally demoralize you and tell you that you are not on his level? He called you kid. He called you son. He said, you can't even win your match tonight. How do you expect to get a TCW Heavyweight Championship opportunity against me, the champion? You looked up at him, and you just rolled under that bottom rope. You didn't say a word, and you just walked back to the locker room. What was going through your head that night?
What was going through my head is, he said you're back to the bottom.
Yeah.
And for me, that's a big, crucial point. And it goes back to when I was in high school. Like in 2006, I'm graduating high school, and we had this awards night. And I wasn't a popular kid.
Okay.
I was friends with everyone. Everyone in my high school knew me. We only had 180 kids in our high school. Everyone knew my name. I knew everyone's name. So class night, they would give out like goofy awards, like all these goofy titles for everybody. Everyone got a title. And I'm listening, and then they're done. And no one said my name. And then my friends at the table are like, what did they say for you? And I'm like, they forgot me. So that's really where like the dark horse came from.
Yeah.
My Johnny Moran was completely different before that. I was a happy-go-lucky guy, and that's where the dark horse started to grow, and where I started to feel it inside me, like, you're not going to be forgotten. If you don't want to be forgotten, you have to show these people why you're unforgettable. And that night, it brought me back when Steve's saying you're back to the bottom, and I have to earn my way back up, and that's fine. I will beat every single person on that roster if I have to get back to Steve. I need that heavyweight championship. That stamps me that I'm unforgettable in Titan.
I have to ask you a question once again. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you and me have known each other almost a decade. I feel like I can be honest with you. You lost to Travis Jacobs. TCW management has now decided that on Saturday night, June the 19th, Devastation and Destruction, Toms River, New Jersey, at the Adrenaline Sports Academy, that Travis Jacobs is going to get the next TCW Heavyweight Championship opportunity against the man that you so dearly want to get back at, Steve Monster Mac. How bad is that eating away at you right now?
It's clawing me at the insides because I know, if I won that match, I'd be there. I'd be there going into this match this week, and it breaks me. And I'm very agitated.
Yeah.
I'm, argumentative with people that I'm close with. Like that, even sitting down here right now with you, I'm still agitated.
Yeah, sure.
I'm bothered,
Well, also on that same show, someone that you've been friends on the road with, someone that you've known a very long time. Your opponent at Devastation and Destruction is the Iron Outlaw, John West. What can we expect to see? Will you be in the right mindset to compete at Devastation and Destruction?
I will be in the right mindset to compete, but again, you're right. He's one of my closest friends,
Yeah.
and it's weird because our friendship bond came out of a hate. Like, we didn't like each other. We fought everywhere: Pennsylvania, West Virginia, New York, New Jersey. We've wrestled in, and he knows me, and I know him, but he doesn't know this side. He doesn't know the broken, angry, willing to do whatever Johnny Moran. And that's what he's going to get this Saturday. And I hope he's not taking me lightly. I hope he's ready for this. And I hope he doesn't come in there not on his A game, because he may be a close friend of mine, but he's in my way right now. And nothing's getting in my way. Nothing.
Will you be able to stay laser sharp focused? Like Steve Monster Mac said, you were up here, kid, but now you're at the bottom. You worked your ass off to get to the top of the TCW pecking order. Now, certainly John West, no pushover. I mean, he's saying you're back at the bottom, but how important is it for you to pick up this victory over John West to build your way back up the proverbial ladder of success at TCW?
I need this win. This win is pretty much everything to me.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the wins, you're not going to get that title shot. So you got to keep on that winning roll. And if I don't get this win, it could be crushing. Like, I don't know. That's 2 losses straight in a row. Where do I go from there?
And this mental mindset that you have, it's all about winning the title. And let's put it in perspective. The TCW Heavyweight Championship, it's a piece of metal with leather. It's beautiful, but it's a physical thing. Being the TCW champion has to mean more to you than just the title. What would it mean to you, Johnny Moran, to get back into the title hunt and hopefully one day your ultimate goal? What would it mean to you to not only get that TCW heavyweight title opportunity, but to ultimately fulfill the prophecy and win the TCW heavyweight championship?
See, New Jersey, that's where Titan is pretty much held right now, and that's where they're running. In New Jersey, I lived there for an entire year. Backstory right there. I lived there for a year. It's a tough city to just live, or it's a tough state to just live in.
Yeah.
And the crowds there are tougher. People are harder there. They're not soft people. They're tough people. And to stamp my name as the Titan heavyweight champion shows that I can hang with these people. I'm the next guy. I'm ready for that.
Well, certainly I believe you are. And I don't want to take you away from tonight. You have a big match up here at the Sanctuary. In closing, with the Titan Nation watching, what do you have to say to the fans, the locker room, and the management about Johnny Moran, the Dark Horse, and your future at TCW?
This loss doesn't completely wipe me out. I'm ready to claw, scratch, do whatever I need to do to get back to where I was. And Steve, I'm coming for you. I promise you. If I have to go through every member of that locker room, I will do it. And I will face you.
Well, your rise back to the top begins next Saturday night, June the 19th. Adrenaline Sports Academy, Toms River, New Jersey, TCW Devastation and Destruction. thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Best of luck here tonight at the Sanctuary, and best of luck at TCW. I'm always here if you need someone to talk to.